Welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. If this is your second time, if you are a returning subscriber, God bless you so much. We don't take this for granted. I personally don't take it for granted that you realized you've learned something and you came back. So thank you so much for coming. Sit back, relax and enjoy. Let's learn together. So today is a new day that we want to thank the Lord for, because we said we need to acknowledge God all the time as we are undergoing our day-to-day activities, day-to-day whatever. Like if you don't put God in whatever you do, man, things will not be easy. So today I realized there's this video I'd made about NCLEX Explained. And you know guys, we are all learning. And then I realized by the end of the video, there's something that we didn't complete and we needed to complete it. So I realized the best thing for me to do is to explain in details if you're in Africa, because I believe that we started this channel so that we enlighten each other. So if you're in Africa, because I realized that in the last video that we're talking about NCLEX, we said there are various places that you can do NCLEX from. Like there are various centers that you can do the NCLEX from. But we didn't say which places are these that we can get NCLEX centers. You understand? So today I want us to talk in details, like which are these places that we can. And as usual guys, I normally want to have something that I can write on, because you see it's important for you to tell people the things that you've Googled, you've searched, you've done a thorough research about, and then like you're aware of yourself before you start telling people, like, you know, this is what we do, this is what is done. You understand? Because I said, as I said from the beginning of the videos, I said I'll be talking about things that I know myself, the things that I'm sure of, the things that I know, and I'm 100% sure of whatever it is that I'm saying. I'm not misleading anyone. It is all over on the social media, like not social media per se. Yeah, there's so many YouTube channels that are talking about these things. So it is important for you to understand that even if you're consuming an information that you're being given by somebody, is it an information that is verified? Like, is it an information that is correct? So today, let's talk about NCLEX, especially for Africans, not Africans as per se. I understand we are being watched even out of Africa. By the way, thank you so much, guys. I realized that video of NCLEX Explained really attracted so many viewers. So thank you so much, guys. I don't take it for granted. Once again, thank you. Feel free to share the video, like, drop a comment there, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Just the other day we started with 1 subscriber. The other day we were just we were just 23 subscribers. Then today we are going somewhere. I think we are almost 100 subscribers. So you can imagine, if we have 100 subscribers, guys, it means we are doing something that is good. We are doing well. We are on the right track. And we said we are going to grow together. Like I've been talking about growth milestones. Every day you realize that, oh, I did something yesterday. Guys, even if you were to look at the videos that I did, the first actually the first video that I explained about nursing in Kenya, how to become a nurse in Kenya, KRCHN, blah 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 and stuff. Guys, the video was just so messy, you know, because I didn't even know how to edit. I didn't know how to do it, you know. But right now, if you look at the qualities and the videos that are upcoming, like the ones that I'm creating, the ones that I'm recording, they are a bit better. So it's the same thing that I'm saying. We grow every day. We learn every day. Like I said, these things are dynamic. There is no way you will tell people that, oh, you're growing every day. We are growing, all of us. So let's grow all of us together. So what am I trying to say? And I like using that saying a lot. So you'll forgive me, guys. We are saying, if you're a nurse, you've just completed your 4th form and you realize, oh, I think because people are talking about immigrating, I think it's also good for me to immigrate. I look for a job in Canada, I look for a job in UK, look for a job in America. Just in case you decide that you're going to America, we said you have to do that exam that is called NCLEX. And for you to do that NCLEX, you have to undergo a process that I had explained in the last video. Okay? You have to undergo that process. It's a step by step. And the steps that we talked about, let me just recap on the steps that we talked about. We have to apply for licensure. And in that video, we talked about Texas Board of Nursing, because we said In America, like those people who are in America and they are watching this thing, they understand it better when we say in America, it's a big continent that has different states. If we bring it back to Africa, it's like Africa with different countries. You know, there is that notion of like Africa is one large village. No, Africa is a continent that has different countries. These countries are the ones which are called states in America. Understand? Up to that point. So for you, when you're doing NCLEX, for you to register to do an NCLEX, you have to identify yourself. Which state, which board of nursing in America do you want it to licensure you? So we will have first start by applying for licensure. And this, we said in the other video, that National Council of States of Board of Nursing in America, it is the one that governs the nursing practice in America. It is the one that gives out the exams. But through Pearson VUE, remember, go back and watch that video and you'll understand what I'm saying. So I'm saying you'll have to identify yourself. Let's still stick to the Texas Board of Nursing because it's the one that we talked about the other time. So you've identified, I want to go and work in Texas. It is not necessarily for you that because you've been licensed by the Texas Board of Nursing that you will have to go and work there. No, but we've identified that you want to be licensed by the Texas Board of Nursing. Okay. Then from there, we will. There is something that we call the deliverer of that exam. Who will deliver the exam after you've registered? You want to do NCLEX, yes. You cannot do it from the Board of Nursing, from the Texas Board of Nursing. There's somebody who is going to deliver that exam to you, and that's somebody, we say they are called Pearson VUE. Pearson VUE, it is. We said like the other time we tried to say like it's somebody that has been subtendered to deliver an exam that is called NCLEX for RN and LPNs by the NCBSN in such a way that they will deliver the exam to you. When you pass, they will post your results to the Texas Board of Nursing. They will tell the Texas Board of Nursing, hey, you know what, Zippy did the exam today from 5 in the morning up to around, just an example, up to around 10 in the evening, in the morning, and she has passed the exam. So you can go ahead and issue the license to this person because they have qualified to be a USRN, the United States Registered Nurse. That is what we are calling the USRN. Okay, so we've registered, we've applied for Texas, we have applied for licensure. That is, you open an account with the Texas Board of Nursing. You've done your verification of documents with them because they'll have to tell you that you need to send us fingerprints because we need to understand whether you're a criminal from your country of origin. You'll also need to send us your documents so that we prove that for sure you're a nurse. You're a nurse from your home country. In this case, we're talking about Kenya, Africa, or wherever it is, wherever you're watching from. You're a nurse in Africa, you're a nurse in Ghana, Nigeria, you're a nurse in Tanzania, Kenya, wherever it is that you're watching from. So you need to send your documents to the Texas Board of Nursing. Your nursing council from your country of origin will have to send documents, your papers, your transcripts, and your nursing council will tell you what they need. The Texas Board of Nursing will tell you what they need from you, what is required of you. Okay? Guys, sorry, I have a flu. So they will tell you what kind of documents do we need from you that will have come from the school, either the school, that is the college, or maybe they will have come from the nursing council in your country of origin. They need to have a license, a copy of license to show that for sure you're a nurse and you're practicing and your license is valid. You understand? So after you've sent your documents to Texas Board of Nursing for you because you're applying for licensure, that is the first step. The second step is you've opened an account with the Pearson VUE because they are the ones who will deliver the exam from NCBSN to you for them to show that for sure you've done this exam and you've passed. You're eligible now to become a USRN. They will send your results to the Texas Board of Nursing, and then Texas Board of Nursing will issue you with a license. Step number 3, when you're applying for that exam, we've said apply for licensure, maybe Texas Board of Nursing, open a Pearson VUE registration account, pay the fees that are required. I understand that these fees depend on your country of origin. The amount of money that I'll pay when I'm in Kenya, the amount of money that somebody will pay when they're in Uganda, the amount of money that somebody will pay in Tanzania, Ghana, Burundi, Rwanda, Nigeria, Ghana, it's different. So the payment, the fees that you pay will be determined by the country that you're originating from. That is step number 3, guys. From there, you will wait for your authorization to test. Okay? Your authorization to test will come from the Texas Board of Nursing, the state's boards of nursing. the one that you've applied for licensure. You sent your document. They're the one to understand, is this person eligible for sitting for this exam really? Then they will send an email back to you if you're self-sponsored, or if you're using an agency, they will send back the message, the email to the agency and tell them, this is ZP who've qualified to sit for this NCLEX exam. She meets all the eligibility criteria to sit for the exam. Okay? So from there, the ATT will be sent to you, that is authorization to test, as step number 4. And they will say, now you can go ahead and book the exam, which will be the next step. After you've been issued with the ATT, and it's a process, it takes some months. Maybe like if you start a procedure today, if you start that process today, maybe in the next 4 to 5 months, you'll have done like up to the point of authorization, like you have the ATT. Okay, after you've obtained your ATT, you will have to find a testing center. Okay, and this testing center, we said they are different. They are different based on the continent. They are different based on continents that we have. I'll talk about it before we end this video. Find a testing center, identify yourself. If I am to go to India, how will I go? Where will I sleep when I'm doing the exam? How many days do I need to travel? What is required of me for me to come from Kenya to go to India to sit for this exam, to do the exam, the NCLEX exam that we're talking about, okay? From there, you will go do your exam. The exam is delivered to you. You've already identified a testing center, which I'm going to talk about later. You've identified a testing center. You've already done the exam. You have finished your exam. Then from there, you will wait for the results. The results will be administered by the Pearson VUE, because they are the ones who gave you the exam. They are the ones who delivered the exam. The exam which was set by the NCBSN, like the way we talked about, the National Council of States of Board of Nursing in America. Okay? So what will happen is that they will send your results to the Texas Board of Nursing. Then Texas Board of Nursing, within maybe 48 hours, or 72 hours, they'll have issued you with a license. You'll get a congratulatory message telling you that you've passed your exam. This is a job well done. Now your license number it is. And guys, you're ready to go. Then from there, because you've already passed your exam and you've already received your license, if your country, especially like if you're coming from Kenya, you'll have, if you had not done the English exam, you'll have to do the English exam. Then you'll go back and book about the IELTS exam, depending on the band score that is required for that particular country that you're going. But in this case, we're talking about America. So you will go back to your country of origin, book the English exam. We'll talk about it in a different video. Book for an English exam. Okay? After you book for an English exam, you sit for the exam. As you process your papers, up to the point that you will say, now I'm in a case complete. Case complete means that I have already completed, my documentation is completed. Like I have fulfilled my duties, me as an applicant, in terms of paperwork, in terms of the labor process, the DS-260, and all those things we had described in the previous video. I just wanted to recap on this video, just some small things about NCLEX. Now, before we forget, we've said there are different centers that you can sit for the exam when you're planning to sit for that exam, when you're planning to do that NCLEX exam. In Africa, we only have one testing center. There has been so many stories going around social media that there is a center in Kenya, that there is a center in Ghana, there is a center in Nigeria. According to the research that I've done, there is no testing center in Africa apart from South Africa in Johannesburg. Okay? That is the only one that is known as a Pearson VUE center in Johannesburg in South Africa. So if you're in Africa and you're planning to do for an exam, you're planning to do the NCLEX, it is prudent enough, like it's wise for you to Google, search, maybe you can even get the number and call them, the testing center in Africa. That is the only one that is on social media, Google, like the one that I've searched and I've done my due diligence and I've realized that is the only testing center that is in Africa. So what about if you're in Africa and maybe the testing center in Africa, that is the Johannesburg thing, is already full, like there is no space for you to do exam. Where else can you go and do your exam? You can also go to Asia. Asia, they have different testing centers like India, Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, Philippines, and Turkey, plus others. You can Google these stories. They are all over. So if you're from Africa and you feel like going to Europe, America, North America is a bit far for you, you can go to Asia. Asia is a big continent. We said we're going to talk about these testing centers based on the continents. Okay? Africa as a continent, we've said we only have one testing center, which is South Africa, Johannesburg. Asia, they have so many, including India, there is a testing center. Japan, there is a testing center. South Korea, there is one. In Hong Kong, there is one. In Philippines, there is one. I think in Manila or something. In Turkey, there is one. And so many other testing centers in different countries in Asia. We are together up to that point. If you're coming from Europe and you want to do NCLEX, you can also do it in UK. United Kingdoms, they have one. They have one testing center. You can Google it. You can also go to Spain if you're in Europe. It becomes easier for you. You can Google and get their contacts and then talk to them and tell them, this is where I've identified myself because I'm in Europe and this is where I'll sit for the exam. I would wish to register with you guys. In North America, we have Canada, we have Mexico, and we have, yes, in North America. In Oceania, we have American Samoa, we have Mariana Island, we have Australia, okay? Last but not least, guys, you can add more. We have South America. In South America, there are two, the ones that I came across. Of course, there are so many other places. By the way, guys, you can Google and understand more better. There is Brazil, there is Puerto Rico. There are so many places. Maybe my pronunciation is different because I understand how I may pronounce one thing. It's not the way you'll pronounce. You as the viewer, it's not the way you'll pronounce. But just Google and you'll understand. Google the testing center. If you're coming from South America and you're a nurse and you're aspiring to become a USRN, just Google. Because for you to become a USRN, my friends, you have to sit for that. You have to do the NCLEX exam, okay? So if you're in South America, you can look up in Brazil, Puerto Rico. You're in Oceania, you can look up at Mariana Island, Australia. Even in America, check out Mexico, check out Canada. In Europe, check out UK and Spain. In Asia, there is India, Japan. I think Asia takes it all because they have so many testing centers. Because we've seen we have India, Japan, South Korea, Philippines, Turkey, so many testing centers in Asia, okay? And then, last but not least, we've seen in Africa, the only legit one that we know so far is South Africa. Those people who've gone to South Africa, they can tell us more. They can tell us more. Maybe they can tell us more about the testing center that we have in South Africa, the location and everything, what we need to understand, you know. So now, because we've talked about the centers that are there, what else do we need to do? What else do we need to know that concerns NCLEX? I want us to like touch broadly about NCLEX so that when you're preparing to do that, exam or to book the exam, you're in a position to understand. Like you have the information, you have the knowledge, you have the know-how. Like you're already informed. Like we normally say, from the medical point of view, from my field of work, if a patient is going to theater, what we normally do, we advise the patient, the doctor explains the procedure of what they are going to do. You explain to them, they understand, and they make an informed consent. That for sure I've been told, today I'm going for appendicectomy. Appendicectomy is a removal of my appendix, simply because it is inflamed. And I understand there are risks that are involved in this surgery. One, the general anesthesia itself is a risk to my body. I could be like, maybe I could even throw an emboli or something when I'm in theater. The operation itself I could react to anything in theater, you know. But all these things they've explained to me, and they've told me the ways, we've weighed options, the pros and cons of the surgery. Maybe if I go to theater, I might die or I might wake up. But chances of dying are very, like 0.1%. Chances of survival and come out of that place, theater, with no complications are 99.9. You understand? So I have made an informed consent and I have signed myself. It's the same thing. I'm trying to give you an example so that you understand. It's the same thing we are trying to say right now. I will give you the information so that by the time you decide that you want to sit for this exam, the NCLEX exam, by the time you decide that now I want to start the process, you will have known that this is what we need to do. You will have made an informed consent that either I am going to use an agency or I'll be self-sponsored. I'll be self-sponsored either fully or partially. I will start the process. Then when I'm done with my NCLEX, I join the agency later to make the immigration process easier for me. Because we talked about all those things in the previous videos. Guys, go back and watch them. You'll understand. So you've already made an informed consent and you've decided which way to go. So after that, you have the information. I've already given you the information that you need. What do you need to do for you to apply for this exam? We've talked about them in process, like in details. From there, what next? So you've already decided that now today I will sit for this exam, and I've decided like fully. If other people have been doing it, why not me? You see? So what will happen is you'll identify a testing center. You'll say, I'll go to South Africa because I'm from Kenya. I don't want to use a lot of money. So cost effective, I'll go to South Africa. So I know it is in Johannesburg. So what do I need? I need to register for Pearsonville. That is one. Have I done? I've done. I've identified the Texas Board of Nursing. Have I done? Yes. I've done my verification of documents with the CGFNS. Guys, we talked about the CGFNS in the previous video. So I've already verified my documents. I've gotten the CES report. The ATT is out. Now I'm ready to do the exam. So for how long will you need to sit for this? For how long will you need to practice, to like prepare yourself to sit for this exam? It may take you time. It depends on your reading capacity, understanding capacity. And then it also depends on the availability of the exam, like exam dates, availability of the exam dates, because maybe you're trying to book and then they're telling you that date that you're trying to book is fully booked. The availability of the dates and how far you've done like your process of like looking for the papers and stuff, like sending your documents for verification and all that. Then from there, you will need like 1 to 2 months. Give it a maximum of 3 months for you to revise for the exam. Because guys, this exam is not like any exam that is done. From the experience that I've had with people who've sat for the exam, it's a very tricky exam that needs critical thinking, that it revolves around all the safety measures of a patient. The exam is patient-centered. It is not nurse-centered, it's not doctor-centered. It is all about the patient. The safe and effective way of delivering services to the patient. Just in case you're out there and you're wondering what I'm trying to say, look out for more information about NCLEX. What is this NCLEX that people are talking about? So that you understand, even if I was to start revising for this exam, how will I do it? There are so many materials that are out there, because I understand you have to have Sounder's book. Okay? There are so many YouTube channels that are teaching people about NCLEX. You can also buy Q-Banks. Q-Banks are like the UWorld, the Archer's Review. There are so many. Guys, I've done a research and people are telling me there are so many things that you can. If you're in Kenya, there are also people who teach people, as in there are also nurses who've come out there and they're teaching nurses, I have some friends. I will be talking to them in the next future, like, and then so that they can explain to us how they do it, how can an NCLEX be done, so that at least we understand. If, for example, I decided, because we are in March, if I decided that by March, June, July, by July I'll have done the NCLEX exam, because we have said we only need like 1 to 3 months for you to revise for the exam after you've already done your registration and everything. You only need like 3 months for you to revise for the exam. So if you need like 3 months to register for this exam, does it mean you'll have to like look for a teacher who will coach you, a coach who will coach you NCLEX? Are you going to look up on the information on YouTube? Are you going to look up on the information like, because you can, by the way, you can still do it. There's somebody who was telling me, you can still do it even without relying on anybody who is teaching you or something. You can look up on YouTube channels. I think there's somebody who said you can do UWorld, like Q-Banks. There's UWorld, there's Archer's Review, there's Simple Nursing. Simple Nursing, I think they have a Q-Bank. He also have, like, I think he's Nurse Mike on YouTube or something. He teaches so well. If you Google up on YouTube, you'll find him. There is also Sarah Aren or something, a certain lady there who teaches very well. I looked up on her YouTube channel, and she has very nice content. Then there is Mark Klemek. He teaches very well. There is Summit College. All these are information that you'll get on Google. Just Google and you'll understand what it means or what it entails for you to sit for this NCLEX exam. After you've done all what it takes, after you've done all what you are needed for you to do, now it's time for you now to revise for this exam fully. What do I need to do? Where do I look up for the information? Guys, I've told you there is Sarah Aren, there is Simple Nursing, there is Mark K, there is Crusade NCLEX International. They have very nice content about nursing. There is Summit College. Guys, there are so many people that you can look up to on YouTube. And if you follow step by step on what they are saying about NCLEX, for sure you will pass. If you've been a nurse, if you've been practicing as a nurse and you believe in yourself, trust God. Because like we've said in this channel, we only have to trust God. There is no way out. There is no way out. Like trust in God, just keep on praying. Prayers also, by the way, they work. They work, guys. Pray for your exam, pray for yourself. And then put hard work. Hard work pays. Then trust in God. I mean, that is the only thing I can tell you, guys. If you want to, you can download the book that Sounders. I think it's this. They were saying 11th edition or something. Guys, you can, on the comment section down below, you can tell us more. What you know more about. If you know more about NCLEX, please enlighten us, because we say this YouTube channel is all about enlightening us. We said we are a family. We need to grow together. What I know, I bring it to you. What you know, you bring it to us. Let's consume something that is fresh. Let's not damage our kidneys or something. Let's do something that will help us grow, all of us, okay? And so without wasting much time, guys, I think that's it. That's what I felt like I should elaborate. And because I realized that video, I think there's a way when I was trying to edit, just ended from nowhere, and then we didn't finish saying where are the testing centers, what more do we need to know about NCLEX and all that, okay? So thank you so much, guys, for coming. If you're a new subscriber, again, please feel welcome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy, and watch more, because more are coming. We have more content lined up for you guys. We need to understand what is nursing. We need to understand what our body entails. We need to understand our system. There's so much that we need to feed out. There's so much that we need to talk about. If you have a friend who is a nurse and they have not watched these videos and they have not subscribed, please, guys, share with them, guys. We need to grow. Like I've told you, I'm not taking it for granted, because just the other day we started 1 subscriber, guys. Just one subscriber. Right now we are, I think, at 86 or something. That is a big growth, within, I don't know how many weeks, I think 2 weeks or something. It's a big growth, guys. So spread it out, the information, spread it out, share, guys. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I have decided we'll be doing a premiere video, so that at least it informs people that there's another video which is coming up, so that you just don't go and find a video just came in. So we will be doing a premiere. You'll hit that notification button, so that at least every time the premiere is about to premiere, you can watch. It is very important for you to get enlightened, So I think I'll stop there. And I think I want to say that thank you so much, and may God bless you. Till next time, see you, guys.